Back in the day, it's 1986, 1987. I'm a brown belt. So is Kyoshi Curtis. We're both brown belts. We sparred every single night, 2-3 nights a week, and it was all about kicks. We literally thought this was the range that you fight from, okay? And it was all round kicks, and I know I did this. I won't accuse him of this. Sometimes we would lead with the spin kick because we love these spin kicks. Like, here comes the spin kick, you know? And you throw a spin kick. And these punches were for nothing. You knew they weren't going to hit anything. We fight a lot closer now because we realize the hands are super important. And that's what this drill was doing, all right? So we are going to take a look at some, what I call tie kicks, all right? And we're going to look at like 6 different ways to do a tie kick, okay? But notice the range that I'm in. Punch, 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 tie kick. Does that make sense? I'm going to do a downward kick. Don't block it. Bam. All right? A downward kick. All right? Does that make sense? So, you throw a couple punches, and you bring in a downward tie kick. Throw a couple punches, bring one this way, and then it's their turn. Okay? Just working on distance and timing now. All right? Go. When we were doing this thing, you knew the person was punching, and I knew they were blocking. And then I added a tie kick to it, and she knew the tie kick was coming. She didn't know that was coming because I said tie kick. So keep that in mind. If you know what the person's going to do, it might give you this false illusion, I could block it any day of the week, okay? But that's what this is for. She's so paying attention to that she's not going to see that. Does that make sense? All right, variation of the tie kick. We're not going to arc down. We're just going to cut upward this way. And sometimes this one works great if you just close. You just bring it up. It's a nice ugh. If you're doing it right, make sure you do it right one time because they'll go ugh. All right? But don't do that to them 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay? But it's just an up kick. So we're here and boom. Notice my leg is pretty much stiff, like a golf club. Boom. All right? Don't snap it. It comes up. It's heavy. It's the whole body. And doesn't even have to be fast. Make sense?
Sir.
Go.
Sir.
Right. This downward one is super dynamic for fighting. Okay? The upward one works just as well. Probably not as debilitating. Now, if I'm going to try to come inside of her leg, I really can't do the downward one. It's very difficult to do that. I'm sure Kyoshi Robinson can do it with a jump spin added to it, all right? But let's say I'm in here, 1, 2, pow, okay? Now, you're trying to squeeze it into an area. Over here, it's wide open. So you could hit your toe, you could miss, you could jam your foot. It just might not happen, okay? But basically, inside of both legs. And you might not want to stiff leg it because you're going to be in a very awkward position. So, kind of a snap shin kick. Bah! Bah! Does that make sense?
Sir.
So we're here, maybe we're even kind of in a grapple. Pow! Pow! Okay? Don't beat each other up on this one, okay? All right, give it a shot. Go. What are you training for? What's the purpose here?
Deathmatch. Oh, sorry.
I mean,
Wrestling game match? Or?
for self-defense. You're trying to protect yourself, okay? Maybe you're in the ring, but either way, you're being faced with someone that's trying to what? Hurt you, okay? We used to fight a lot from what's called the side stance. And we kind of moved away from it because it really limits these weapons a lot, okay? But what if you're on the street and someone is fighting you from the side stance and you've never seen it? Is it possible that it throws you off your game? What would be the best way to understand your opponent? Fight like your opponent, okay? So we're gonna do some stuff from what's called the side stance. And here's a great reason to have it in your arsenal other than that, all right? So I'm fighting her and she has just lit my ribs up. Bam! Oh, I think they're broken, all right? but I'm gonna fight through it. And she kicks me there again, and it's almost lights out. I mean, I see red. What had I better do? I can't get away. She's determined to finish me. I'm gonna have to get in a side stance. I'm bladed now. I'm a little smaller, which is an advantage. I've got to protect this because it's been damaged. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So you can come up with scenarios for fighting in all kind of different ways. We used to have to make up scenarios why we would grapple because stand-up fighters did not believe that it could possibly happen. And now we don't have to make that up anymore because we know that it's perfectly legitimate, okay? So I want you to get in a side stance with your good leg towards the wall, which is probably your right leg. All right? And we're just going to do a quick side kick. Side kick. Ready? Hut. 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 All right. We are now going to do a kick to the knee and then a kick to the ribs. All right? So 1, 2. And if you need to touch down quickly, you can. You don't have to. Ready? Hut. Second kick is kind of a snap kick. All right? It goes out and it comes back. A thrust kick goes out. Notice how I turn my foot. Boom. You lock it out. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So low snap, low thrust. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it's low hurt you, low finish you. All right? At your own pace. Spar a little bit with just those 2 kicks. All right? But I don't want you to hurt each other. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So we're just trying to sneak in a little round kick. At some point she's going to kick. Ooh, nice. Ooh. All right, just a little back and forth, a little bit of timing. We're not trying to hurt each other. Go. Add some elements to this game. All right, so she's in the side stance as well. All right, and some of you kind of are already feeling it out. Tap, tap. Okay, 1, 2, or 1, 2. So you're trying to make him look down here with this, and it could be here or here. It's not a break. It could be in a real situation, but I'm trying to check that. Some people are lazy kickers. They don't chamber very high. So she's going to do the check kick because she's noticed I'm a lazy kicker. All right? You got to stop the kick. Oh, man, what's happening? Oh, I'm trying to side kick her, but I'm so lazy, she's checking it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So that side kick could be a check, not a strike. All right? It will happen by accident or on purpose. When it happens, notice it. Pay attention to it. All right? Go. All right, when do you use a spin kick?
After you set it up.
How do you set it up?
Well, I set mine up with the switch kick.
Show me.
So, switch.
Okay. So you don't just lead with the spin kick. And, you know, we used to teach yellow belts the spin kick. They were like, well, that's what I want to know, the spin kick. And they'd start sparring, and they'd be doing this, and it wouldn't even be that good. You know, that's the kick they wanted to use, because that's what they saw on TV, okay? Spin kicks work really well from about right here, okay? I want you to see what I'm going to do here. Bam. All right? It's very, come over to Bobby over here.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to put my foot right there, okay? And notice it looks a lot like this punch. It never extends all the way. Does that make sense?
Sir.
All right, so I'm here, maybe I do a punch, I feint this way for whatever reason. All right, they've been getting out of the way. Maybe they moved over here, like they were there, and they cut here, and I'm gonna turn, and it's right there. It's a shot right here. Boom. Does that make sense?
Sir. Sure.
What if they're farther away? That's fine. Your leg will extend, but you're throwing a spin kick from almost elbow range. And they're not gonna see that. They will see it coming from here. I'm 6 feet away, they immediately see it. Does that make sense?
Sure.
All right, give it a shot. Go. Come in. Let's take a look at this chamber thing real quick. All right, I'm gonna do a lazy kick. There was no chamber, all right? A good kick chambers. And so I can do it from close. Does that make sense? I could not kick her lazy from here, but I could chamber it. So this kick is chambered. It never even extends. It's almost, I think this could be an analogy. If I've got a handgun, I'm probably shooting you from at least here, but this is like this. I mean, it's right on you. Does that make sense?
Sir.
All right, turn, pow, chamber. You should be able to stop right there and just show it to them. Boom, okay? If you need to go over and kick Bobby one time, how about everybody do that? We got like 8 of them over there.
There's 6 big ones.
Put 2 good right-legged chambered spin kicks on Bobby, and then let the next person go. Remember, you're a little bit to the right of Bobby. Yeah. Move a little bit. We're gonna play, I'm gonna call it bingo. Whatever I call, that's what you start doing, okay? All right, so we did swim drill. We did rotating swim drill. We did elbow swim drill, but not like this. Just mix them in a couple times. We did side stance with different kickings, all right? And then we also did the spin kick, all right? So whatever I call out, that's what you're fighting with, okay? And only one of you is the fighter in most of those scenarios. So we'll do it, I will be the fighter, she's the blocker, all right? Swim drill. Rotating swim drill. Side stance kicking. We're both kind of playing this one. Spin kicks. We're both doing this one. Swim drill. Elbow swim drill. See how that works?
Sir.
So you don't know what's coming, kind of like real life. All right? All right, get with your partner. All right, I was trying to take some very simple lessons and create chaos, because that's what a real fight probably will be. It'll be chaos, because it probably won't be in here with gloves on and someone starts it and stops it. It's just gonna start like in the grocery store or in your home or at school, and they're from behind. I mean, it's not gonna be something that you're prepared for. And don't be surprised if the first 5-10 seconds you're fighting stupid, because you don't know what's happening. You know, you might do anything, but you probably at the least will be doing this, which is pretty darn close to what? Swim drill. All right? You got to get your bearings, get your stance. Who knows? You might be in the, what do you call those things in the bathroom?
Stall.
The stall. And you got to fight out there in a side stance. I mean, who knows what the situation's going to be. All right? All right, let's take a quick water break. Be back here in 30 seconds.
Sir.